Okay, so I'm about to edit this video a little bit. Last night I went out for a walk and I edited the video. And so I didn't include the part where I talked about this white car right here. You know, I was, I used to, before I knew that gangstalking is a global government-done crime, I thought it was a group of local people who were doing it, and I noticed that one of the people who was threatening me vehicularly, like parking their car, like pulling their car out in front of me, like they were gonna drive it at me and stalking me, was someone who had that same model of car, that Toyota Camry with the glass roof, the white car. So whenever I would notice those white cars with the glass roof, I would think it was that one person, and I was trying to find, where does this guy live? You know, if I saw a car like that parked at someone's house, I would think, oh, I wonder if it's that guy. And so last night there was that car driving by me in succession with another car with a loud muffler or something. I can't exactly remember, but last night I saw that car, which I'm going to cut to that video, and I explained to you the situation that I basically just explained now. So sorry for over explaining, because you're gonna see that. And so if you look at it chronologically, last night I made a video about that car, and now today it's parked here in front of our house. And so this is a compassion vlog, okay? This is, the TIs already know what this is, but I didn't post that video because I was doing vlog style editing yesterday. So in the part of my nightly walk, I just, edited a certain section of it to put it in my vlog last night. But the part where I talked about that car, it wasn't posted publicly, but yet I'm being told indirectly now that someone is watching, someone knows what I've filmed on my GoPro. They seem to know, either by way of having some kind of monitoring device on my body, like through my cell phone or through my GoPro camera, or they've hacked my devices so that they know what's on my devices and they watch all my videos, whether I post them or not. And so this car being parked here is not a coincidence. And if you look at this other car behind it, this just symbolically reminds me of something. You can hear that gangstalker muffler outside. This just symbolically reminds me of something, that when there's a gangstalker driving by you, and this is what I've heard from other TIs, so I don't know how true this is, but I've started to notice it. There will be a car behind them that's a handler. So the gangstalker is always being monitored too. So there's so the gangstalker is watched by a handler, and then the handler is watched by another handler, and maybe that handler is watched by another handler, and it's a chain of infinite handlers, and it's absorbent. I don't know the word. It's excessive to the point of absurdity. We're just going to pay someone to watch the gangstalker, and then someone to watch the watcher of the gangstalker, and then someone to watch the watcher of the watcher of the gangstalker, and then someone to watch the watcher of the watcher of the watcher of the gangstalker, and then someone to watch the watcher of the watcher of the watcher of the watcher of the gangstalker. And we're gonna spend trillions of dollars, all the defense budget money, all the defense budget money, the trillions of dollars of defense budget money, the main thing we spend. We're going to take half of everyone's pay, and we're going to spend it all in defense. And all the people on the terrorist watch list, they're actually categories 3 and 4. They're actually just women. They're actually just people we're gang-stalking. They're not even terrorists at all. We're going to spend all our money gang-stalking people. We're going to make the whole society bankrupt. We're going to literally... could you tell right now? You're not the type of person who would be watching my videos if you can't tell right now that the goal of the 2019 mass murder was also to make everyone bankrupt. Okay, you should... I'm assuming that you know that making the entire society bankrupt is part of the goal. And one way of doing that is through inflation, through printing more money, taxing everyone, printing more money to pay the gang stalkers to do absurd things that the person who's doing it says, "Oh, you mean I just have to drive around in my car and I get $300,000 a year? Oh, I just have to drive around in my car and I get $300,000 a year." Yeah. Yeah. By the how they pulse it and just by how it sounds. These would probably be gang stalkers. That one car is a certain type of car that would gang stalk me. There was a certain gang stalker who was, before I knew what was happening, there was a certain gang stalker who was very commonly stalking me, and I didn't understand that it was done by the government. So I thought it was just a local group. So I was really trying to find, who is this guy? Where does this guy live? And like, what's going on with this guy? Because he would like threaten me with his car. And so then they would have that car driving around everywhere, and I would always think it was him. And so now they will frequently send that particular car. I think it's a Toyota Camry. It has like a glass ceiling, black glass ceiling. Okay. Fucking look what I got. I mean, I don't know what the news of the day is. I have two pieces of news right now. News number 1, news number 2, news number 3, news number 4. First of all, I got this bike mirror for my bike. This is a Mi Chow. I got this basically for $8, but this is $25 retail value. Okay, so this is going to be a very, very versatile, bendy. There's a pivot swivel in here, and you can move it every which way, up and down, back and forth, diagonal. Okay, so I'm going to have a mirror for my bike. And we're just getting warmed up over here. Then we have suspension seat post for my bike. This is a real one. You could tell by the beveled edge and by the machinery, and these bolts here is really tight. And this part right here, this top part, it's a different metal than this bottom part. So this metal sinks down. I'll show you later. I have to install it. I just woke up. I mean, I'm supposed to be having more sleep than I've had, but I was too excited. I woke up feeling like I had just jacked off, and I was really upset. Here's my shim. This is to fit the seat post in, because the seat post is a 27.2 millimeter, but my bike needs a 31.8 millimeter, so that shim makes up the difference. And so here's the box that came in. You know, there's lots of fakes, like Suntour, the company that sells the seat post. They say don't even buy it on Amazon because we don't even authorize them. And there's tons and tons of fakes out there. And I saw a YouTube video saying, how do you tell a fake? And like the edges aren't beveled, like the serial number isn't as bright. And so I think there's a lot of people who are buying fakes. The 0 is more elongated on the real one, on the serial number. And so I messaged the guy, like, are you sure it's not a fake? And he's like, yeah, I'm sure, because I imported them from the headquarters of Suntour in Taiwan. I imported a bunch of them. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I am really fucking excited. I probably should be doing that, like I probably should be sleeping really, or installing the seat post, which I'm really excited for. But my mom gets home from work in an hour about, or 40 minutes. So I might as well make this video now and do the dishes now, which I have to do. And fucking my old buddy Owen, you know, I don't know if we didn't hang out or anything, but he called me his buddy. Okay, he's a super cool guy. And I mean that too. I said that kind of sarcastically, like he's a super cool guy, you know. Kind of like he's cooler than me, but we're buddies, you know. He called me his buddy, you know. And And then I also think I've surpassed him in some ways. Like he has more skill than me. Okay, he has more money than me. He has more skill than me. He probably has higher IQ than me too. And but there's I don't know. I just feel like there's some things he doesn't get. Like he doesn't understand raw veganism, and that's about it. Kind of feel like he doesn't understand something else. Sometimes I feel like he's pandering. Like like this is how he talks. Okay, guys, we're gonna shoot into this topic. Okay, we're gonna shoot into that topic. And I kind of feel like it's like I don't know, kind of like a salesman-y. Sometimes I kind of feel like he's salesman-y, and that's cool. You know, maybe there's nothing to criticize there. I don't know. He owns a company called Real Social Dynamics. If you want to check out for yourself what he's like, and yeah, maybe I'm just criticizing him. I don't know, but I have a memory of him saying. Can't really remember if this actually happened, but it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's true or not, because to me it's in my memory. So I value thinking it just for fun, whether it's true or not. I value thinking this. That he said one day I'm gonna save your life. Okay, and that's stuck in my mind for a long time, and I've always thought, how are you gonna save my life? Because I really looked up at this guy for a long time. I really like watched all his videos and I read all his posts, and I'd be waiting for a new post from him, and it really meant a lot to me when he would post something. And so one of the things he said was destruction happens very fast and progress happens very slow. And he also has said that he jacks off a bunch. He watches a bunch of porn. And so last night I watched some porn last night, and I was really about to jack off, and I was like really thinking of it. Like I was actually like about to, and and thankfully I had to pee. And thankfully I had a notification that my Sun Tour seat post was arriving today. And that factored in. I thought, you don't want to jack off before you get a new fucking seat post. Okay, like you're gonna be excited, and if you jack off tomorrow, you're gonna be so upset. If you jack off right now, tomorrow you're gonna be so upset, and it's gonna ruin your good vibes when you go out on your new bike with your new seat post. Okay, so that was definitely factoring in. And so he said progress happens really slow. And the metaphor popped in my mind. Okay, I've not been cranking for 5 days. I'm about to be on day 6. Destruction happens really fast. I'm about to crank. I'm about to lose all my progress. I'm about to lose my momentum. More importantly, I'm about to lose my confidence in myself. I'm about to lose my morale. And that could be fucking worse than this itchy nose I have right now. Oh, well, those sneezes were okay. I'm not sure sneezing is ever satisfying overall. There is something satisfying about them. Oh man. So destruction happens really fast, and I'm about to destroy. But then I thought, but Tyler also said that he jacks off. So maybe he's about to save my life by if I jack off. I'll be like Tyler. And maybe something really good will happen if I jack off. Maybe I'll realize that it was all just a goose chase anyway. And I was actually just becoming neurotic. That I have, I'll meet my beloved if I don't jack off. Or no, if I do, I thought both. I more so thought if I don't jack off, I'm gonna, one day I'm gonna have a good life, and I'll meet someone just by chance, and it'll be like I'll think back. I'll say, remember that night you were gonna jack off? This never would have happened if you would have done that. But then I also thought, what if I do jack off and then my life turns out way better? And it was a bit too hypothetical, and I thought, what did I think? I think I just fell asleep. It was really late. It was already bright out. It was fucking, it was way past my bedtime. I don't wake up when I'm well rested, and well, I did kind of ponder it this morning when I woke up. I thought, should I? But I woke up thinking, oh man, I jacked off. Oh my god. I don't know if I had a dream of it. I don't think I had a wet dream. I mean, I almost never have those, and I slept with my TLC tugger on, my foreskin restoration device, which if I would have busted a nut, it would have probably made that pretty uncomfortable. It's kind of like sealing your tip. And so when I was cognitive enough after waking up that I realized that I did not, in fact, jack off, I was so fucking happy. The first thing I wanted to do was make this video and say, guess what? I'm on day 6, which is like fucking awesome. And I also put my eyelid tape in, and I got a better angle on it, so I'm liking my eyelids better right now than normal. And I feel like things are working out for me right now. So, and then I fucking got the notification. The first thing I did when I got downstairs was look for my seat post outside, see if it was delivered. It wasn't there, but then I checked eBay and it said it was delivered, so I thought it got stolen. But then I went outside again and it was beside the door. And so, yeah, I gotta install that soon. Fuck you, Richard. He's gonna bite me. We're thinking of getting him on meds. I told my mom, the gangstalkers torture cats, and around here, they torture animals, and that will fuck them up. Now, admittedly, when he ate my weed plant, I took him into the shower and I held him against the shower wall and I sprayed him with water, and and I've chased him too with the intent of making him scared because he wasn't scared of me. So I chased him with the intent of making him scared. And I've regretted that. That was, last night I was petting him. I was being very gentle with him because he attacks us. And, there's something wrong with him. Like, he just attacks us all the time. And it hurts. Like, I could probably show you my foot, if I'm flexible enough. I'm not flexible enough, but I mean, he's made me really bloody. Like, he fucking really attacks. And he follows you, too. Like, you walk by him and he'll just swat at you. He'll follow you and attack you, too. And so last night I was trying to give him more love. And I did that this morning, too. Like, I woke up. He always comes to greet me in the morning. And so I picked him up. I pet him. And last night when he was about to attack me, I just gave him some love and attention. And I had been telling my mom how the gangstalkers torture animals because it fucks them up. It changes their nature when you torture them, and so they could fuck your pets up. And there's a lot of targeted individuals who will never have pets again now that they're targeted. And I'm one of those people. I mean, I've had, I won't even go into it, but being targeted would make it so that it would be. I want to say unethical to have a pet. And in the newspaper, fucking the local news, there was someone who was torturing cats and mutilating them and leaving them in the city streets. And I don't know whether that was gang stalking or not, but there's certainly RTIs who report someone shot my cat in the head and put its body in the mailbox. Like, that's Lorraine, for example. Like, they shot one of her cats. They've killed a bunch of her cats. She has a cat rescue, so she has like tons and tons of cats. And then they Baker's acted her too, which is they took her to the mental hospital, and they said as the reason or one of the reasons why they were taking her to the mental hospital was that she had like 30 cats. But the reason why she had 30 cats because she had like a 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue. And, it was like, it was like an official cat rescuing business, and they passed it off as she just had them as house pets. And so, anyways, last night or yesterday, I was petting Richard, giving him love so that he would be, you know, more of a cool cat. And I thought back to, after especially explaining it to my mom that he could be acting out like this because someone has been torturing him. And I remember one time a few years ago, I should say before I move on, obviously I thought of my own behavior of hosing him down in the shower and chasing him. And I thought, oh, considering how I've treated him, now he's just giving it back. And there's a gang stalker who has a golden retriever locally. And my mom said someone came to the door and said that they were walking their golden retriever by our house, and Todd came up and swatted their retriever in the face. And the owner had said, "I still love Todd." So she knew Todd's name somehow. And my mom was like, "She's very nice," like as if that implies she's not a gang stalker. And I was like, "Well, Myrtle was nice too." Like Myrtle is the owner of the resort where we used to rent a cottage on Manitoulin Island. And one day she snapped on us and she was like screaming at us. Like I wasn't there, but like it was my mom who was on vacation there. And my mom had to leave the vacation early. And this woman was like, "And you brought a black person on our resort? And you're trying to get my son Paul to pay for your son's college?" It was like absurd. Like it was completely nutty. And so my mom was like shocked. Like it was like out of nowhere. It was like deeply shocking. Like someone we've known for like our whole lives. Like we went to that cottage our whole lives. And so she had to leave halfway through the cottage trip and just come home, and she was like shook up. And so I was like, "This woman's really nice," And I was like, "Yeah, well, Myrtle was pretty nice too until you saw what she was hiding underneath." And so I was just kind of thinking, fucking. At one point, I was thinking, there's, I think he's being tortured. Before I even knew what gang stalking was, Todd looked at me once and he opened it was so weird. He opened his mouth and he looked like he was trying to tell me something. Like I just kind of I swear, like have you ever felt like if something bad happens to your animal, they can tell you? And you like maybe that's like I was high, so I don't really know what to say, but I swear like I in my mind at least he was saying someone hurt me. Someone did something really bad to me. And I was like, "Yeah, I believe it, Todd." He's just opening his mouth in pain, looking at me. All of a sudden, like he walks by, and remember, I farted on Todd intentionally once. This is how of a communicative he is. He was sleeping on his tray once, and I was high again. I just pulled down my pants, farted on him, and walked away. And later on, he farted on my head. He walked into my bed while I was sleeping, farted right on my head. I couldn't believe it. Okay, he used to play fetch. Like we could throw a toy mouse for him, like probably 20 times before he'd get tired of it, and he'd retrieve the mouse, bring it back to us. Like he's like one of those super cats. So like he's just walking by, and suddenly he's like, and then he walks away. I was like, "What happened?" I was really like, "Todd, what's wrong?" Like I was really, really upset. I had cooled down by then. Like it was when I hosed him down in the shower. That was more like 10, maybe like 10 or 12 years ago. And when I noticed that he was telling me seemingly that someone hurt him, that was more like 4 years ago. So I was more sensitive and aware then, even though I was still high. And so, there was someone in the fucking paper who was like cutting like regular house cats, like domesticated. This was like about 5 years ago, or I don't know when. About probably about 5 years ago. There was someone who was like taking beloved. Everyone knows Todd around this neighborhood. Beloved outdoor cats, where the whole neighborhood knows the cat, and killing them, mutilating them, and leaving their bodies out on the street. And is that gang stalking? Well, part of me wants to make it gang stalking just to condemn the gang stalkers and say, can you believe what they did? Uh, Part of me doesn't really know. Um, part of me knows they abuse animals, like because I've seen the testimonies from people who, like, there's a Facebook page, Targeted Pets. And I know when I was driving with my grandma, there was a gang stalker who pulled out in front of us, made us slam the brakes. And again, you could argue maybe that wasn't a gang stalker who did that, but they've done that sort of move enough times that it's almost like saying when someone drives by you with a one headlight, could you're probably pretty sure it's a gang stalker. But whatever, that's not really the point. Or maybe it is, maybe it's like, yeah, they're fucking terrible, dude. They're terrible. So, but the point is that we're going to be getting some medication for him, some gabapentinol or something to calm him down. And I think the reason is that he just needs to be outside. But my mom was saying, I think, because I was arguing he's only started attacking since he's been kept inside, and his attacking is a result of being kept inside. And my mom was saying, no, it's not that order. There's he's went after my mom's boyfriend's dog. He's went after my grandma's dog. But those dogs are very in your face. They're very they're the type of dog that if the dog did the same thing to a person, the owner of the dog would say, "Hey, come here, come here. No, 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 come here." They're doing behavior that the owner would correct the behavior, and Todd is saying, "Yeah, I'll correct it too." Now, I'm incredulous that Todd went up to the golden retriever, especially because it's the same dog as a local gang stalker has. And I don't think I've seen anyone on our street with a gang or with a golden retriever, except for people who don't live on our street walking a golden retriever. Now, could anyone on our street have a golden retriever and I don't know it? Maybe. So anyways, fucking seat post is groovy. Am I happy that I didn't jack off yesterday? Yeah, it was the fucking first thing I thought. It was such a relief. I really thought I had done it when I woke up. And it would have been to the worst porn. It was this girl with like no hips, and of course it was to a fantasy of being raped, like always, and or some kind of abuse, like some kind of she takes over, and I just have no choice. Oh my God, what are you doing? No, what? Oh my God, what? Like one of those kind of things, where I'm like kind of relieved of responsibility, and so that my guilt complex doesn't trigger, my shame and guilt doesn't trigger. I'm like, well, it's just you doing it. I can't even do anything. I'm helpless. I just have to enjoy it. You've taken all the responsibility off my shoulders. I'm not responsible. You're forcing me to feel all this pleasure. It's not me. That reminds me of a gang stalker mentality. You're forcing me to do this. No, it's you forcing me to do this. And it's the look of I'm guilty and insane, but I have all the power. I have the judicial system behind me. So I also have a smug indifference. I also have a projection that it's all your fault because you can't challenge me anyway. So I'm just going to believe whatever the fuck I want to. Hey, when no one challenges your beliefs, you could just believe whatever the fuck you want to. Hey, when you don't have to argue or debate anyone, you can just believe whatever you want to, no matter how insane it is. You can write your own fan fiction. You could be anyone you want. Hey, you can make your victim anyone you want them to be, and you can make yourself when there's no due process. You might be thinking that due process is stupid because it's all a kangaroo court anyway. What's the point of due process? The judges are gang stalkers anyway. We're as TIs, we just want due process. We just want our day in court. Well, what's the point? The fucking lawyer is a gang stalker. The fucking judge is a gang stalker. The fucking jury is a gang stalker. What's the point of due process? The media that covers it are gang stalkers. What's the point of due process? The point of due process is that it shows that the kangaroo court is a kangaroo court. It gives the normies, who are perhaps, probably, hopefully, still the majority of people who are not gang stalkers, the opportunity to say, did you see what happened in court? There was some person who was tried on this and they were accused of this, and it gives the real opportunity for public opinion, which matters. So whether you're falsely accused, falsely imprisoned, falsely charged or not, yeah, that's bad, but at least with due process, you get a public record made of it so people can scrutinize it and say, look, I get to see both sides of the story. And then people can say, you know what, I think that this is a kangaroo court. I think the system actually did this person dirty. But if the system doesn't have to expose their punishments or their terrorism or their human trafficking or whatever the fuck this is called, whatever the fuck they call this, community policing. No, it's not genocide. It's creating safe futures for the children of tomorrow. No, it's not voyeurism. It's surveillance. No, it's not torture and cruel and unusual punishment. It's crime prevention. Yeah, okay. Right. No, it's not secret crimes that we're getting away with. It's confidentiality for the sake of safety. Yeah. Yeah, because that makes sense. Because that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, just about finished the fucking dishes. Fuck you, big boy. Like, look at this guy. Look at this. This is my boyfriend. Fuck you. I need to tell you, Zinc Boy. Now, I would feed him, but Stu will eat all his food. And then Stu will shit all over the floor. Stu is just the worst, okay? The feeling you get when Stu is eating Todd's food, it's like, oh great, now there's gonna be shit all over the floor. And he's a fiend. Stu is the ultimate Garfield. It's just to him everything is lasagna, and he just can't get enough lasagna. So let's look at our suspension seat post. This would make a good weapon. Hiya, hiya. Man. So it actually moves down and back. It's hard to, I'll show you. I don't have enough strength to move it, but, I can't really do it. This piece right here, this metal pole, this moves up and down. And then these things slide over top of it. So it moves down and back, which is actually more ergonomic than a seat post that just moves up and down. And because the bike tire moves up and forward over a bump, so this moves down and back over a bump to totally compensate. And some people say that a suspension seat post is actually better than rear shocks. And the only more difficult thing about it is it puts more strain on the frame of the bike But my bike is made out of fucking iron, so I don't think I need to worry about my bike frame falling apart. Now, I am pretty excited to go out for a bike ride. Recently, that scared me because they broke in, vandalized the e bike battery. I was afraid of getting poisoned. I was afraid of something happening to Todd or something happening to someone I love or to myself because they don't like when I go out for bike rides. And I thought it was gonna kind of ruin my good energy. And but I don't think so. Like I'm excited enough for the seat post, and I kind of love my e-bike too. And when they vandalized my battery, I'll show you what they did. So you can see right here. And I've tried scratching this with a key to see how hard this would be to scratch, and it's hard to scratch. And so there's like an indent there, and there's no mark on my bike too, because I thought maybe someone tried to steal the battery from my bike frame while it was locked up. And but my bike frame is completely not with any marks on it in that area where it was next to the mark on the battery. And plus, the battery drawer was open one morning. And I thought, I don't remember leaving that battery drawer open. And then I see that the battery is fucked up. And so I was really upset about that. So today's goals will be pretty good, I think. I don't really want to set them right now. But definitely going to sit outside in the sun for like 20 minutes because it's a super sunny day out. I'm going to try to get some vitamin D. Then probably going to go for a bike ride. And I still need to sleep more. I just couldn't get enough fucking sleep last night. I was up watching porn, for about 20 minutes. I was just up, I was just up. Playing BioShock. I beat the game BioShock. It was pretty fun. I was happy because I actually really like BioShock 2, and I bought the trilogy for $10.99. And beating BioShock 1, I was like, yeah, I kind of was looking forward to beating this so I could play BioShock 2. And then BioShock 3 is probably not really as good as BioShock 2, but BioShock 3 is better than BioShock 1, I think. They're Xbox 360 games. Okay. And I found a clean shirt today. Today I'm going to be doing laundry, and I have like no clean shirts, and that actually bothers me. I don't like having fucking stinky shirts, and this shirt is completely fucking clean. So excited to wash some sweaters, some light sleeve, long sleeve, some thin long sleeve shirts. And I think it's about time to put on my fucking seat post. So why don't we do that? Oh, and check out my watermelon plants. I got some more planted here. My mom keeps telling me not to plant more, and I'm like, why not? And she won't really tell me why not, but she just keeps saying like, you've planted enough, and I'm like, yeah, but I want to plant like, it's probably like 50 or 70 seeds. I want to plant them all. She's like, we don't have enough space, and I'm like, yeah, we do. Richard, fuck you. See, I can barely walk by him right now. I'm going to give him love. Hi, Richard. Richard, you're very slick. Very fresh. I'd walk by you right now, but I think you're going to bite me. I'm going to put you on the couch. Oh, shit, fucking Stu. I forgot about Stu. So this is an accident already. Just in this short time, Stu has already started pigging out on the food I just gave Todd. So just because of that, Stu is gonna shit somewhere in the house. Okay. So, what do we need? We need a wrench and an Allen key. Huh. Well, looks like we have a wrench here. Oh, would you look at that? It's the right one. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Trying to have better posture. Whoa. Check out how big my seat is. Fucking 13.5 inches wide. Okay, so now we gotta attach this suspension seat post. I think it goes this way. Sun Tour at the front. I mean, it says Sun Tour right here, and from the YouTube videos I've watched, it goes this way, so the Sun Tour logo is towards the front of the bike. Okay, so this looks pretty easy to install. I think we have to loosen it though. If we could find the right Allen key. Lefty loosey. Lefty loosey. Okay, that looks really easy. Just takes a second. Oh shit, come on now. Fuck you, big boy. And how do we want it? We want it towards the front, I think. Yeah, I think we want it like that. I'm just adjusting it so that the seat is as close to the handlebars as possible, because that's the way I roll. Okay, so looks like it fucking worked. I'm just gonna get the angle right. Is that the right angle? Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Okay, so let's tighten it more. This is really surprisingly easy. Oh yeah. This is significantly cheaper than buying a full suspension bike. And arguably more comfortable, according, to the people I've seen who... Everyone says, this seat's a game changer. They use that particular phrase. It's a game changer. So now we put the shim in. Okay. Now we put the seat post in. if it'll fucking go in. I mean, it seems a bit high right now, but okay, whatever. Let's just try closing it. Ah! Ah! Fuck, that hurt my hand. Okay. So, let's try sitting on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. That's fucking bouncy. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Okay. I'd say. Oh, yeah, and then we have this thing that covers the moving parts of it. Fuck you, Stu. There we go. Stu's looking for a place to shit. He's meowing, walking around. That's what he does before he shits inside. Either that or he's just running away from Todd. See, look, that's his angry meow. He's following me. I'll give him some love. Richard? Sorry for hosing you down, Richard. Sorry for chasing you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Well, he was eating my weed plant. That's why I was angry at him. I used to grow weed. Richard, you're very fresh. Fuck you, slick boy. Do you want to go outside in your tent, Richard? So I should probably go sit outside, get some sunlight. It's optimal time. Yeah, okay, so you could go out too. Okay, you go out, and we'll take you to the tent. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, slick boy.